here is the deal. I am running a stocks and investing portfolio funded with real cash to build up a track record over time. That track record is useful to me because I can then use that in my professional life for future potential customers or future potential employers. But why would you care? Well, easy. I am sharing all my long-term investments in a very transparent manner here on YouTube for free. Today is episode 2 of my value investing portfolio, and I do believe there is a lot of value packed right into this video. So let's get into it. A quick recap. Okay, so let's first talk about where the portfolio was the last time I talked to you guys, roughly 2 weeks ago. And that is here. The portfolio is worth roughly 7.5 thousand euros and it held these companies: Academy Sports and Outdoors, or ticker symbol ASO, roughly 15 shares or 10% of the portfolio. BNP Paribas, 5 shares, roughly 3.5% of portfolio. UWMC, 200 shares, roughly 11% of the portfolio. And Google, 5 shares, roughly 6% of the portfolio. And the rest of the portfolio was held in cash, roughly 70%. The main message from my previous video was: 1. I was seeing some value on the stocks I had on my wish list, but not a ton of value. Moreover, I also predicted another leg down from a macro point of view. And I told you guys I want to deploy the capital of this portfolio over time in a disciplined manner. So that was 2 weeks ago. Consider yourself catched up. Now let's talk about the current portfolio. I have to be honest with you guys, the portfolio isn't doing too amazing on the short term. It is down about 400 euros or 5% over this 2-week period. I could not be more excited about that, to be honest. A couple of my favorite stocks, with one in particular, have dropped considerably. This bad boy, UWMC, has dropped like a freaking brick. During the last update, I told you guys it was a bit overextended and I would love to buy more if it dipped a little. And it did. Just from the last update, it's down about 20%. That is a lot for such a short period of time. So of course the portfolio is suffering from that on the short term. I've actually lost about 200 euros on this particular stock. But since I am buying UWMC like crazy, I believe that is a good thing. I love being able to buy UWMC below $4 per share. During just the last 2 weeks, I've added 400 shares of UWMC to this portfolio, and now at this moment in time, the portfolio holds 600 shares of UWMC at an average cost basis of just above $4 per share. I believe that any good investment should be explainable in just a few short sentences. So I will give you my super short synopsis of the company. UWMC is the #1 mortgage originator in the United States based on a volume basis. I believe the company has considerable moats both in cost and speed of origination, thanks to the broker model that the company employs. And from the way that a mortgage originator operates, the company has built-in hedges for tough economic environments. These hedges are called mortgage servicing rights, or MSRs, and they are a tremendous asset to own during a rising interest rate environment. Besides, UWMC is paying a 10% dividend if you are able to buy below $4 per share, and at this price point the company is trading at a price to earnings ratio of roughly 7. And aside from that current attractive valuation, I believe there is tremendous potential for growth after the next economic downturn. And remember, the business has considerable safety measures built right into the business model to weather any economic downturn. So my risk by investing is limited while my upside is tremendous. That is why UWMC makes up 30% of this portfolio. And I ain't worried about that position one bit. If you want to learn more about my thesis of UWMC, you should totally be watching this video. Link can be found in the top right corner. Besides UWMC, I also added a bit to this Google position, because who wouldn't want to own this tremendous business that's able to compound their earnings per share, or EPS, in excess of 10% per year for a decade already, while the company is trading for a price to earnings ratio of roughly 15. Well, I would, hence why Google is a part of this portfolio and why that position has grown a little since the last update. For Google, my next limit order is placed at the $80 mark, so another 10% down from here. After which I would consider buying a significant position. At this price, however, I will not add more. And the last addition to this portfolio, ASTS, I added roughly 200 shares of this company for an average cost of roughly $4 per share on the 14th of December. I do not want to waste too much of your and my time on this one, because it isn't really a value investment. ASTS is more of a gamble. It is a gamble with a really good risk reward. I mean 100x potential on the long term with just 1x downside. But it is still a gamble, even though it is a disproportionate one. Quick sidestep for the people that don't know ASTS. This company is working on a satellite 4G or 5G solution for your smartphone, without any modifications needed on your end. For that purpose, the company is currently testing the largest ever commercial communication satellite to see if they can truly achieve their goal of sending interwebs to your smartphone directly from space. I mainly bought this stock because it is down considerably, and because it's showing extremely catalytic type of behavior. You see, on every single positive catalyst that happens to the company, the stock rallies insane amounts. And we are forecasting a significant catalyst for ASTS by Q1 2023, January to be specific, where they will share their test data for that huge satellite we just talked about. I believe that to be a significant catalyst, and I believe I'm able to buy low today and sell considerably higher by then. And worst case, if nothing of what I just predicted happens to the stock, I will still hold a company which I do not mind owning for a long ass period. Again, 100x potential on the long run while having just 1x downside. Those are better odds than you can find anywhere else. Hot damn, there was a lot of talking. But those were all the additions between the last update and this one. So we bought 400 shares of UWMC, 5 shares of Google and 200 shares of ASTS. Currently the portfolio looks like this, with most notably 35% of cash. During the last update, I promised you all I would deploy the capital in this account in a disciplined manner. And from face value, a decline from 70% cash to just 35% cash over a 2-week period doesn't seem like disciplined. But I would argue against that. I would say that with the coming deposit of another 2,500 euros on the 5th of January, I am effectively at about 50% cash. So this portfolio still has a tremendous amount of dry powder for whenever I see more value on the stock market. However, to be 100% truthful, I did pull the trigger a bit too early on UWMC. Not the end of this world. I should have been slightly more patient, and that is something I'll keep in mind going forward. And heading into the next update, I'm mainly waiting for more value. I'm not really buying more at the current price levels. And you can check out the current limit orders I have outstanding for yourself. And that's about all I had planned for you guys today. Hopefully you appreciate my transparency and honesty. And of course, I do hope you got some value out of my thought processes. Now, please do let me know if you want to see anything else regarding these portfolio updates. I am actually working on comparing my performance to the S&P 500, which I hope to have ready for the next update in 2 weeks' time. Anything else within reason is possible. The point of this entire portfolio is to be transparent. So please do let me know what you want to see. Time for the classic YouTuber disclaimer. While I am a registered financial advisor in the Netherlands, I do not have the legal capacity yet to give anyone investment advice. Therefore, this video and any other video on this YouTube channel can never be taken as financial advice. I cannot be held liable for the losses you make while trading according to my opinions. Please do your own due diligence. Blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Peace.